Okay, so it's been a while. I had family over, so I've been really busy between work and trying to not skimp out on, family time. They're big on that when, people come and visit. They haven't you seen in like, I don't know, like 4 or 5 years. It's been a while since I've seen some of my family that came and visited. So that's what I've been doing for like a week. Sorry. But I was going to do basically an overlay for this series that I read like 2 weeks ago now. I was going to make it like on Monday, but then my family came over, so I was busy with that. But I read the series The Iron Fae, which is written by Julie Kagawa. I believe that's how you say her name. The first one in the series is called The Iron King. It's right here. It's in black and white, sorry. I have it on my Kindle. So I think the actual cover is like a blue overlay of that. It's got like a blue tinge to it. But I think there's more monochromistic, so nothing to really you're missing. Google it if you really want to use that picture, But it's about, well, let's see. It's about fairies, pretty much. But it's fairies in the darkest sense, whereas what fairies are afraid of comes to life as fairies. Most traditional fairy tales have fairies as, sorry, my mom texted me. Most traditional fairy tales have it so that fairies can't touch iron, and technology and stuff is bad for them because their fantasy, their stories, things like that, those are what preserve them and make them immortal in this book. The fairies have developed some iron in this book, but they live in secret. They've been hiding because if the other fairies, if they existed, they would have been murdered pretty much. Because it's their deepest, darkest fear. It's what hurts them and kills them, Technology and science. But that's what drives these Iron Fae. So in the story, we have, let's see, we have Megan Chase. Sorry, it's been a while since I read it. I had to think of who the main character's first and last name was. Megan Chase. And she's helped by Ash and Puck, which one of them is a winter fae and one of them is a summer fae. Because there's 3 types of fae in this story. There's iron, winter, and summer. She's half summer fae. Sorry, that was a little bit of a spoiler. But you find that out really quick, so it's not too much. But she's half summer fae. She's the daughter of the Summer King. So she's a princess. And her brother gets kidnapped by the Iron King, which is why it's called the Iron King. So in this story, she has to go and rescue her brother. That's the main purpose. And to rescue her brother, she pretty much has to kill the Iron King, which is not a very easy task when the person you're trying to kill is immortal and can't be harmed by any weapons known to fae or man. Pretty much nothing can kill him. That's what the prophecy lady tells them eventually when they get to that point. So she has to figure out how to kill him. It takes some work, trust me. Now, during the story, she has wonderful romance issues. It's great. I enjoy the fun, oh my gosh, who's they gonna choose romance novels. And in this one, Puck is the one that's like, oh, I'm the perfect one for you. I am not going to force you to have all these issues and things like that. But Ash is the one that she really falls for in the book. But he's winter and she's summer. And in the stories, the laws say that winter and summer can't ever get along except for the treaty with no fighting. That's the only reason they can get along. Otherwise, they're sworn enemies. So they aren't supposed to be all romantical or anything. So their relationship is really a big problem. And the Iron, let's see, do you remember the order of the books here? There's 6 books Actually 7, because I bought one last week. There's 7 books of the Iron Fae series. Technically, if you really buy the books, there's 4. No, there's 5, because let's see, 1, 2, 3. Those are in a book. There's 5. I want to say there's 5. Yeah, there's 5 actually in the series that goes the Iron King, the Iron Daughter, the Iron Queen, and then there's a short story quartet. No, whatever you call it. 3. I'm holding 3 fingers. That's what I'm trying to say. That she published. She actually published them. I bought them as the digital copy books because they're cheaper that way. But it's called the Iron Legends, and it's 3 short stories about each of the seasons and each type of thing. And then there's the Iron Knight. That's the last one. Now, originally the story was supposed to be told in 3 books, and then she had short stories tacked on at the end. But because of her editor, she had to write a happy ever after ending book, which is the last book, which I like because you get to hear Ash's point of view while he's trying to figure out how he can finally be with Megan, because they have some bigger issues after the story goes on, not just Iron and Winter. Kitty, you can't just. That's my cat. She decided to come say hey. Sorry. I told you my critters do that occasionally. She sees me talking to nobody and wants me to pet her. Silly kitty. But that's what the story's about. I don't know really what else to say about it. Kitty, sit down. Except that I love this story. I've probably read this one probably 4 times now. I think this is the 4th time I've read it. I reread books a lot when I like them, so is the numbers. A lot of times I'll be like, I've read this a lot, and there's a reason why. It's really good. I love it. It's a tragedy love story. It was supposed to be a tragedy love story, but it has a happy ending because she added the 4th book. What makes me really happy because I love happily ever afters. I don't know about you guys, but I really enjoy the happily ever afters. Make me feel warm and fuzzy, and I'll go, oh, that's so cute. It makes me wish I had a real love life, but it's another story. So that's what the first one's about. As the story goes on, many other things happen. I can't give away too much, but eventually things happen, and they get a queen instead of having a king. And you can interpret however you wish who the king and the queen become and stuff. So that's what I wanted to say, I think. Let me look at my list. You met my cat. I guess part of what I wanted to talk about. I've got other animals running around right now, but I think I'll talk about that later. I want to hear your opinions. If anybody has read these books, who do you like better? Do you like Ash or do you like Puck? Personally, I like Ash because I think the tragedy love story about them not being allowed to be together, and he's just so passionate with her, whereas everybody else he's like frigid as ice because it's his persona because he's the Winter Prince and all. But a lot of people like Puck because he's the troublemaker. He's fiery. He's passionate about everything. He's the guy that'll get you out of everything with 2 hands tied behind his back. He's just that cool. They're both really awesome, let's just put it that way. So who do you like better is my question I want to pose to you guys. If anybody decides to actually watch this video. That's what I want to ask. So I'll leave you guys with that. Next time I'm going to probably talk about some anime. I'm kind of behind in my anime because I've been so busy working and not having any time to watch. But I'll discuss some of the ones that I've watched during school. I watched a lot during school. Just throw some names out there for you guys. I don't have any pictures. I don't have a printer really that prints color. So that would be kind of boring to see a bunch of black and white photos. I'll just have you guys Google them if you really want to see them. Interesting with spelling though. Good luck. There's a lot of them I know in Japanese. Not all of them though, actually. Okay, so I'm out of things to say. That happens. So, yeah, I'm going to talk about anime next time. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, and I got to do my job introduction eventually. I left some of my job stuff that I was going to show you guys at work. So I'll do that one later. Have fun. Don't make fun of me. Alright? See you guys later.